Hello and welcome to my third video in which I'm going to speak about why it's important to remain feminine as a leader in the workplace. So, women are subject to so much criticism, in the media, even at work. You can't be too feminine, you can't be too masculine, you can't be too androgynous. There's always going to be some level of criticism regardless of where you fit within that. And what I've noticed is that women have a tendency to downplay their femininity, in particular the way they dress, whether they speak about fashion or other things that people might think are actually frivolous, and particularly if you are in a leadership role. Because come on, who questions men when they talk about sports at work, regardless of what their position in? Nobody. So there's a really interesting story I wanted to share with you where a good colleague of mine was sent home from work by her female boss because she was wearing brightly coloured clothing and heels. I mean, come on, what is that about? I think women can sometimes be the culprit of, these gender stereotypes and bias which exists in the world today. But what I discovered is that, I don't think women, you shouldn't have to change. Why do you feel that you need to change your femininity or downplay it, and that you can't be seen as girly and feminine and intelligent and an assertive leader? I think the media obviously plays a role in that, but I think it's time to sort of break those boundaries. And if you do feel you are in a situation where you have done that in the past, or you've judged someone who's downplaying their femininity, then maybe they're just trying to fit in because they feel that behaving and looking like men a bit more will mean that they're trusted more, which really I don't think is the case at all. So I think it's important that we own our power as feminine women. And, if you don't want to be too feminine, then just be who you are and don't be afraid to be outside of the norm and be subject to criticism, because that's what sometimes can hold people back. And, obviously I'm talking about women today, but it's a common problem where people feel like they need to be accepted and they don't, they're not, who they want to be. So I hope you found that really useful, and I'd be really keen to get your comments on what you think about this. And particularly, have you been in a situation where perhaps you've been a bit judgmental about someone, the way they've looked or they're dressed at work? I think it's sometimes be a little bit self-aware about our perceptions of how we are, judging people based on what they look like and whether you think they're intelligent or not, or as an effective leader. So I look forward to getting your comments as always, and you will next see, when you receive my next email, my blog, which is directly connected to female leadership.